Happy Friday, September 26th, 2025. Hope you are doing well wherever you are out there in the world. Today's an exciting day. It is Friday evening. It is time to get the weekend started. And boy, is it an exciting weekend here in the state of Georgia for a number of reasons. But tonight we're going to be talking about Arrow Video's December 2025 titles. They were announced earlier today. I saw them come across my Twitter feed just past 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Daylight Time here in the United States of America, North America. So it's very happy to see that. So I want to share some reactions with you and just hear what you think about this slate of titles. So it's one of those things where I have learned over time to look at the initial release of the titles, let them kind of wash over me. Don't get an initial take just yet. Allow myself some time to sort of absorb the titles and figure out, hey, are any of these for me? So I'm still in the process of doing that. I'll just be honest with you. I don't believe I've seen any of these films in this month of releases, but I do have several talking points in my notes here. I've done some research, so I want to bring some value here to you tonight. But I'm also looking for some value from you because I know that a lot of you have seen many of these films. You've seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You've seen many of these titles that have been announced for Arrow Video. So I want to know what your excitement level is for these titles and how you rate this month overall. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Arrow Video's December titles. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. All right, we're talking about Arrow Video's titles for December 2025. I am super excited about this month's slate of releases, and I want to come out here and I forgot to sign into my X account here, so I'm going to make the attempt to do that right now. And let's see, hopefully, okay, Touch ID, come on, sign me in, sign me in. Hopefully this will work. Uh, okay. Yeah, continue, click continue. And hopefully that will get me signed in here. I already have an account. And I'm hoping that this will get me in here. So I want to get to my Twitter feed so I can show you all. Right now it's spinning, it's thinking about it. But while it's doing that, I just want to say happy Friday. Hope you're doing great wherever you are. Hope you've had a great week so far and hope you're excited about this weekend. And I definitely want to hear what you all think about these Arrow titles and what your plans are for this weekend's watches. I plan to share what I plan to watch this weekend. It's going to be an exciting one. And I want to hear what you are planning to watch. So I see here we have Adrian James out here. Hello, Adrian. Happy Friday to you as well from across the pond. Always great to have you. We have Jason Gutierrez. Always great to see you, Jason. What's up, James? A lot is up. A lot of excitement is up. So very excited about that. Gary's Comics and Movies. Pretty lame Arrow drop. Oh, well. I can relate to that feeling. I can relate to that feeling, and that's where I'm coming from in terms of trying to get myself oriented in terms of okay, let's see, in terms of how I feel about these titles. I'm hoping. Oh, wrong password. Oh boy, that's not what we want to see. So I'm having a little bit of trouble here logging in. So I may have to do a password reset right here, live and in living color, while I'm on here with y'all. This is not the way I want to. Let's see. Let me copy this here. Bear with me while I get onto my Twitter feed because I do like to refer to the Twitter feed because that is um, where I get my titles from. So let me go ahead and put this new password in. I will not share my new password with you. That would not be a good thing. So I'm going to keep that to myself if you don't mind. And for the benefit of those who are watching this on a replay, I am probably going to edit this portion out. But for those of you who are watching live, please bear with me as I do this very important step. So I get my oh, I didn't mean it for that to be in all caps. Okay. And yeah, my apologies, y'all. I should have taken care of this before. I should have taken care of this before I signed on to here, but I am now logged back into X. So yes, so I'm logged back into X, and now I'm going to go to Arrow Video, which is right here. So I am prepared to go there. So thank you for bearing with me while I got myself situated there with my Twitter account there. The House with Laughing Windows on 4K. Can't wait to pick it up. Exciting. Bonjour from Paris, from France, James. Hi, everybody. Bonjour. I was there just a few months ago in June. So awesome, awesome city, awesome country. We had a chance to do some sites in Paris, and we also did Euro Disney or a Disneyland Paris out there while we were there for a few days. Loving that Arrow will release City on Fire. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Of the titles this month, that's probably the one that I am likely the most excited about. But yeah, so what we're talking about today is we're talking about Arrow Video's December 2025 titles. So this is, I think, a pretty solid ending to 2025. So I wanted to talk about it, but I'm just going to confess right up front to y'all that when I first saw these titles, I wasn't incredibly excited, but I'm always excited to learn more about these titles to see, are there any hidden gems in here for me? Is there anything in here that would be of interest to me at some point? And even though I wasn't incredibly excited, I knew that a lot of people would be excited about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set and some of these other titles that have been announced. So I'm excited for those who are interested in those titles. So let's see, we have Happy Friday from Scipio. We have Hiya James from Stevie Dan. So yeah, so we're talking about Arrow Videos, December 2025 titles. Cannot wait to get into it. Let us go right to my Twitter feed and we can begin to look at what Arrow has revealed to us. So I'm going to scroll down to the appropriate place, to the proper beginning here, and then we're going to do a screen share right now. Thanks for bearing with me through my clunkiness of this presentation here. And so you should now be seeing my Twitter feed. So this is my Twitter feed. This is Arrow Videos, Twitter or X site here. And as is typically the case, this is how I get my announcements from Arrow Video. I go to their Twitter feed at 10 a.m. Eastern time in the United States, whether it's Eastern Daylight Time, we're still on Daylight Savings Time. Pretty soon we'll switch to Standard Time, so it'll be Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. You'll see this first tweet that says, time for our, whatever the month it is, in this case, December, new title reveals. So very exciting. What are they going to reveal? And of course, someone just a few seconds ago mentioned City on Fire in the UK. Now, this is a UK only release. It is getting a 4K release. And this is a film that stars Chow Yun-Fat. So this is a film I know next to nothing about, as I said, but I'm definitely intrigued by it. And it's basically a Hong Kong action crime film starring Chow Yun-Fat as an undercover cop infiltrating a gang of jewel thieves. So there's enough there, just knowing that little bit and knowing that it's a 4K release, that definitely has me intrigued and I definitely want to know more. So this is coming out in the UK, several buying options. You have Zavi here, you have HMV Tweets. This is, of course, the Arrow Video site. Let's go ahead and click on that. And that brings us to the Arrow listing. How do I maximize this? Anyway, all right, I'll just leave it as it is. So as you can see here, this is City on Fire limited edition 4K Ultra HD in what appears to be a non-chunky box set. This is not, or at least it does not appear to be a chunky box set, which is perfectly fine. But this is a film that is, I believe, is from 1987 from director Ringo Lam, and it's coming out on 4K Ultra HD. It's coming out the 1st of December, 2025. So right out of the gate, the first of the month, December the 1st, this title is coming out in the UK. So if you want to pick up this title, this is a title that I would likely order through. I would normally would say Grindhouse Video, but I'm not sure if that is still an option or not. I may have to go a different route to pick up this title, but I'll just have to import it if I decide to go with it. It's going to be available for £25, so RRP of $29.99. It's available on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray. And it says here, after the success of John Woo's A Better Tomorrow, lead actor Chow Yun-Fat cemented his reputation as Hong Kong's hottest new action film megastar with his electrifying performance in Ringo Lam's City on Fire, one of the most beloved examples of the heroic bloodshed subgenre. So he's an undercover cop on one last job. How many stories have we seen? One last job, whether it's a cop or a thief doing one last thing, assigned to infiltrate a gang of jewel thieves committing armed robberies across Hong Kong. So when another police officer is killed in the line of duty during one of the gang's heists, Ko finds himself caught in the crossfire between the police force, desperate to catch the culprits at any cost, and the trigger-happy thieves who begin to smell a rat in their midst. They smell a rat. As the bullets fly and the body count rises, Ko's only hope for survival might be his burgeoning friendship with weary gang member Fu, played by Danny Lee. So this is Chow Yun-Fat, Danny Lee, City on Fire, 4K Ultra HD. There's definitely enough intrigue in here for me. And then, of course, very interestingly enough, you'll see here a marked influence on Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. Lamb's gritty and dynamic crime thriller has been restored from the original negative and is finally unleashed on home video again in all its lethal fury, looking and sounding more spectacular than ever before. Yeah, and I had that as one of my notes here. This note here, even if you haven't seen City on Fire, you've seen its DNA in Reservoir Dogs. So if you're familiar with that title, which that's one of the Tarantino films. I have it on 4K, but I haven't seen it yet. But that apparently is a good reference point for this film. So that is good to know. Of course, this is coming out on 4K, Dolby Vision. You get lossless Cantonese and English mono audio. You get optional English subtitles, which is good. Brand new audio commentary, a brand new interview, brand new appreciation, several brand new appreciations, archival interview with the director, and other archival interviews. So you get several new features, a brand new commentary, new appreciations, new interview, along with some archival content that this is, folks, this looks like a really nice edition where Arrow Video has packed in a nice amount of love into this edition. I like the art on this cover. I think this cover is pretty rad looking. I can dig it. I dig it. What do you think of that cover, y'all? I like it. You have this reversible art, so that is good to see. And what I would likely do is I would go with this on my case because this is the newly commissioned art that would be on the slip. So that's how I would rock and roll with that bad boy. But this is one that I'm definitely looking to pick up, and this is one that I will probably plan to pre-order. This is City on Fire limited edition 4K Ultra HD. This is the one title that I saw for the month of December as being, yeah, that's one I'm definitely looking at. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else that falls in that category for me for the month of December. But yeah, that is City on Fire. Again, it's a UK release coming out December the 1st. So very excited about that. Let's go to another title here, the next title, and then we will come out and get your comments and see how you're feeling, sort of get a little bit of a pulse check from the community of how you're feeling. I am actually going to be after this stream. I'm going to see an exciting film that has just hit the theaters yesterday and this weekend. The new PTA film. So more on that. So I am super excited to check that out. I've heard good things about it. But I'm looking forward to hearing what y'all think about this next title that's coming out in the US and Canada. So this is a US and Canada release called The House with Laughing Windows. The House with Laughing Windows. Never heard of this film. It's going to be available through Unobstructed View for our Canadian friends. Diabolic DVD in the US. You've got a Arrow Video link here for 4K Ultra HD limited edition. So let's go ahead and click this title here. This is one that I definitely need to refer to my notes because I know I do not know much about this at all. But this is apparently an Italian horror thriller, sometimes called a giallo adjacent film. So it's not all the way giallo, but it's kind of got traces of a giallo influence. It's a story of a restorer who uncovers disturbing secrets in a small town. So it's known for its creeping atmosphere rather than flashy kills. It's usually compared to mainstream giallo. So it's considered a hidden gem in Italian horror, praised for its eerie, slow burn and shocking ending. Okay. So this is one of those deep cuts that Arrow excels at. Horror fans who've only seen Argento or Fulci will discover a new favorite here. So if you like Dario Argento, which I do, or if you like Fulci, which I don't believe I've seen any of Fulci's films, this is a type of film that sort of fits in that same space, being a giallo-like Italian horror film. So if you're up for that, this could be one for you. And this appears to be, if I'm looking at this correctly, this looks like this might be a chunky box. So this is The House with Laughing Windows, limited edition 4K Ultra HD. It is coming in at an RRP of $59.99 or $40. So 40, excuse me, $45 pre-order. So this is a $45 pre-order, and it is La Casa dalle Finestre Che Rindo. Very interesting artwork. Um, as you can see here, it's not responding to my clicks. What's going on here? Okay. But you can see the wonderful art that's on here. The House with the Laughing Windows. Very interesting title for this film. But it says while typically famed for its lurid Technicolor hues and grand murders, the Italian giallo thriller had a less bombastic side as well. Erring towards exploitation than to art, these lesser seen gems offer some of the greatest rewards for adventurous viewers. Among them, 1976's The House with Laughing Windows, directed and co-written by Poopy Avatar Zetter, rises up as the cream of the crop. So this is lesser known film, probably overshadowed by the works of Argento and Fulci. This is sort of a more of an under the radar type title, but sort of in that same genre space. That could be a discovery for some people, and what appears to be one heck of an addition from Arrow Video, based upon the contents you see here. You see this is 4K. This is a 4K restoration from the original camera negative graded by Arrow. It is 4K UHD Blu-ray presentation in HDR10. So very important to note that you are getting HDR on here, but it's not Dolby Vision. So for those of you who, just so you know, does not appear to be Dolby Vision, but there is HDR10 instead. You get a restored original lossless mono Italian soundtrack, newly translated optional English subtitles, couple of brand new audio commentaries. So that's great to see. A brand new feature length documentary on the film. Wow. From a lot of contributors here. Two brand new visual essays, folks. Wow. I mean, this looks like a very interesting addition. Now, this is getting a chunky box set. So this is one of those where I look at this and I think to myself, I like Argento's films and I like Italian, this type of Italian like giallo type film, horror type title. Very interesting to me. I'm gonna do a little bit more research and figure out, is this one that I want to go for or not. But it is available in the U.S. and Canada, and this may be one that if I do go for it, might wait for a sale for this particular one. But at least this has me intrigued. The House with Laughing Windows has me intrigued. So this is one that I will definitely consider. It is coming out the 2nd of December, so it's the same week that City on Fire is coming out. I guess the 1st of December is on a Monday. Of course, it comes out in the UK on that Monday the 1st. This title comes out December the 2nd on that Tuesday, and in the United States and Canada. So, in what appears to be a pretty loaded edition from Arrow Video with a new 4K restoration on HDR10. So, very exciting stuff there. So, with that, I want to come out here and see, what are y'all feeling so far? What are y'all thinking about these titles so far, as you have put up with my login issues with Twitter and and everything. I do appreciate your patience. Y'all are some very patient people, and I appreciate it. So let's see here. What are y'all saying? Oh, I ordered City on Fire. I had the Japanese version I got imported years ago. Okay, order City on Fire. Do you like City on Fire? I want to hear what y'all think about these films, because that's what I'm definitely intrigued by. Japanese DVD. Okay. Happy Friday, says Yobimbo. Nice month. City on Fire inspired Reservoir Dogs. Yep, that's what we were talking about earlier. Definitely in for wild style, especially if you are a hip hop head. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I am definitely interested. It influenced Reservoir Dogs, nice artwork. I agree. I'm going to see one battle after another tomorrow. Yeah, I'm seeing it tonight. I got a 7:30 showing at my local AMC theater, and I cannot wait to go out there and check it out after I get off. I'm going to get off this call. I'm going to feed Shiloh his dinner, get him situated. Then I'm going to head out and check it out. The missus, she didn't want to see it. So I'm on my own on this one. Stunning artwork. Yes, it's a must buy for me. Yes, City on Fire. Yep. Let's see. I'm sorry, Jasu Gary. I'm going next week. I saw The Long Road yesterday. Really powerful movie. Yeah, I've heard good things about The Long Road. Seen like a review out there from someone that was speaking very highly of it. The Laughing Windows were a bit of a pain. Sorry. A nice little pun there. I plan to watch Carnival of Souls and Eyes Without a Face this weekend. Nice. Yeah, Eyes Without a Face getting a 4K upgrade from Criterion here. I don't believe it's come out yet. I'll have to double check when it's released, but yeah. But yeah, Carnival Sale Souls, all-time classic. Eyes Without a Face, I have not seen it in its entirety. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but everyone speaks very highly of that film. So definitely hope you enjoy watching those. So yeah, let us go back out here to these titles here, and let's see what else Arrow has in store for us. Let's go forth. So that was The House of Laughing Windows, again, coming out on 4K Ultra HD and what appears to be a chunky box set. This one's very intriguing. I'm gonna have to read up a little bit more on it. Is definitely, it's got some strong features. So if you are a fan of that film, that is going to be the definitive edition of that film. I can almost guarantee it. That is going to be the definitive edition of that film in the home video market for a long time to come. A lot of nice special features on that. All right, now we're getting to a title that I think for a lot of people, very exciting. Not so much for me. I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan personally. I've never watched. I might have seen a portion of the first film, but this is not a franchise that I've ever really gotten into. But it is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Trilogy in the UK. It's coming out in the US as well. And I believe, see, is it just the UK and the US? Does it have a Canadian option? I believe it may be UK and US only. Yeah, yeah, new UK and US title. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Trilogy. There's an Arrow Store exclusive limited edition Blu ray um, that is offered there. And I'm going to go here to the trilogy in the UK via Arrow. I'm going to go, well, I'll go to the US listing. Let's go to that one. All right. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy, Arrow Store exclusive limited edition Blu ray. Actually, excuse me, I want to come out of that. I want to check out the 4K listing. Where's the 4K? Yeah, here we go. Arrow Store exclusive 4K. So this is the Arrow Store exclusive 4K. So this is going to be available for an RRP of $59.99 or £50. So you save nearly £10 there. This is going to be available on the 15th of December. So the middle of the month, coming out that Monday, December 15th. This is the UK listing. And you see, this is a chunky box set. So this is a box set with some extra chunk to it, extra thickness there to fit in all the content. You have these what appears to be three disc cases, which is exciting to see there. You've got some books, some posters, some art cards. So let's read all. Now, this is the Arrow Store exclusive. So let's read what's all included in this content. So it's 4K Dolby Vision HDR10 of all three films, new restoration, 4K restoration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the original 35 millimeter negative, and new 4K restorations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and 3 from the original 35 millimeter interpositives by Arrow Films. And then you have original lossless stereo audio and remixed Dolby Atmos for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then original lossless stereo audio and remixed DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and 3. So the first film is getting Atmos, the other two films are getting 5.1. And then you get brand new director's commentaries for all three films, brand new cast and crew interviews for all three films, perfect bound collector's book, and reversible sleeves, and more to be announced. So I think that's very interesting. More to be announced, which is awesome. And then also full list of extras to be announced on September 26th. Uh, hello. Today is the 26th of September. So, but yeah. So, I mean, this looks like a pretty awesome looking edition. Again, I am personally not a fan of these films, but I think if you are a fan of these films, this set appears to be an absolute no-brainer. If you don't have these films on physical media and you've been waiting for a killer box set that has all three of these films on 4K Ultra HD, Arrow Video is serving it up for you right here. This looks like a fantastic addition that if I were a fan of these films, I would be all over this. I would have already placed my pre-order. As it stands, I am not, but I know a lot of you are, and I know that this is probably going to be one of, if not the leading title picked up in the month of December from Arrow Video. So this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Trilogy, Arrow Store exclusive, limited edition 4K Ultra HD. Again, coming out December the 15th from Arrow Video. And it says here, a shell-shocking saga of mutants, martial arts, and New York mayhem. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy brought comic book grit, practical effects wizardry, and pizza-fueled fun to a generation of moviegoers, helping turn four sewer-dwelling brothers into global pop culture icons. So yeah, exciting stuff. You have the three live action films Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, Secret of the Ooze 1991, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 in 1993. And it's notable that the 1990 original was a big box office hit and still beloved for its darker tone and practical costumes created by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. So Jim Henson had a hand in this. It's one of the highest grossing independent films ever at the time. And the nostalgia factor here is huge. You know, fans who grew up with VHS copies will jump at this definitive 4K set. And this could be a gateway for younger collectors who love the cartoon or newer films, but never saw these on physical media in premium quality. So this could be a nice gateway for those younger people who may have grown up on the cartoons and some of the newer stuff. this will be an opportunity for them to see these older original live action films. So yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy coming out from Arrow Video the middle of December. Exciting, exciting stuff. And I want to hear in the comment section what your excitement level is for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right. So you see here options here for limited edition Blu-ray at this link. You've got, let's see here, pre-order limited edition Blu-ray for the UK folks, some 4K links for the Arrow Store exclusive, and then let's see. But yeah, lot of exciting stuff there. It looks like some Blu-ray options, and there's an Arrow Store exclusive, which is offering a Blu-ray edition as well as a 4K edition. So very exciting stuff. Definitely take advantage of those links to order it from the venue of your choice. Now, the next title here that is coming up here is a title that I know a lot of people are going to be excited about, and that is Shawscope Volume 4. So this is limited edition Blu-ray set that is available in the US, UK, and Canada. Also available for order for the US and Diabolic DVD and Unobstructed View for Canada. And let's just scroll up here to see what else we have. I believe that is the extent of it. So let's see. I don't believe this is a 4K option. I think this is a Blu-ray set. So this is coming in at 120 pounds, RRP of 169. So pre-order price taking off nearly 50 pounds from the 169.99 pound RRP, coming out December the 8th. This is the Shawscope set. So very exciting stuff here. For those of you who have collected the other sets, let me know what you think about these films. These films are talked about, pretty often whenever these sets come out. I have never collected these sets, but I know there's a lot of excitement around these films and these sets whenever they are announced from Arrow Video. So it says a long time ago in a movie studio just off Clearwater Bay, as special effects driven horror and sci-fi cinema dominated the global box office in the 1970s, Hong Kong's mightiest film studio, Shaw Brothers, not only followed suit, but took things one step beyond. So one of Shaw's most beloved cult classics, Hua Shan's Tokusatsu tribute, Super Inframan, stars Danny Lee, the killer, as a titular crime high-kicking superhero. So Danny Lee is also appearing in the other film with Chow Yun-Fat, A City on Fire, I believe. I believe that's the same person. So he's apparently appearing in these films here in this Shawscope set. This is a limited edition Blu-ray collection that includes high definition 1080p Blu-ray presentations of all 16 films. So there's 16 films in this set, all newly restored in 2K from the original negatives by Arrow Films, a 60-page collector's booklet, which is great, a new artwork, newly restored lossless Mandarin, Cantonese, and English mono, newly translated English subtitles, brand new commentary, newly filmed interviews, brand new visual essay. So a number of new and exciting features, brand new commentaries of these films. I mean, this is a long list of goodness, some brand new commentaries, brand new filmed interviews, visual essays. There's 16 films in all in this set and a lot to be excited about. So I think for those who are fans of this series, this Shawscope series of films, you are getting served by Arrow Video. So again, it's titles like this, titles like that chunky box set of the 3 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films. For those of you who are fans of those franchises and these titles, you have one heck of a December coming your way. So wallets are running for the hills, I am sure. But this is Shawscope. December the 8th is the release date, available for a pre-order price of 120 pounds on the Arrow Video site. So that is very, very exciting. So I'm going to cover Wild Style here, and then I'm going to pop out and then want to hear y'all's reactions to these titles and just get a pulse check on how you feel about Arrow Video's output for the month of December and how they're closing out the year. And I want to hear what some of your favorite titles that you have picked up and seen from Arrow Video in 2025 so far. And just, how do you think Arrow's doing this year so far? So the next title here, the last title of the month, is called Wild Style. And apparently, this was the title that was hinted at when you had the basketball hoop and you had the ball. And I think one of my commenters or viewers said that it was above the rim, and I thought that sounds reasonable based upon the ball being above the rim, but apparently that was not the case. Apparently, it is Wild Style here, and it's coming out in the UK and the US. And I believe, let's see, yeah, the UK, the US, and Canada, Wild Style, limited edition 4K Ultra HD, in what appears to be perhaps a chunky box set. I believe that may be the case. Let's go ahead and click this link here and let's see what this is about. This is Wild Style limited edition 4K Ultra HD coming December the 1st. So this is coming out at the beginning of December. So very exciting. This is very interesting looking title. I don't know really anything about this film, so I'm looking forward to learning more about it. I'm actually turning to my notes here uh, because this is often called the first hip hop movie. It's part documentary, part drama, showcases early hip hop culture in New York. So it features legendary figures like Grandmaster Flash, Fab Five Freddy, and the Rocksteady crew. It's very influential, set the visual tone for how hip hop culture was presented globally. And Wild Style is a cornerstone in documenting hip hop history, a must for anyone interested in music, culture, or street art. So, wow, wow. Again, this is definitely piquing my interest as I look at this and as I learn more about what this is about and what this has to offer. This is available for pre-order at 35 pounds, RRP of 39.99. Says here, here's a little story that must be told. In early 1980s New York City, independent filmmaker Charlie Ahern and downtown artist Fred Brathwaite ventured uptown with the aim of capturing an exciting new underground scene that was happening in the South Bronx, a scene that featured graffiti artists, breakdancing b-boys, and two turntables and a microphone. The result was Wild Style, and to many viewers, it was their first glimpse of the musical and cultural phenomenon called hip hop. Okay. So this came out in, let's see, 1983. So this is very interesting. So, in this unique hybrid of fiction and documentary, the story of lone graffiti artist Lee Zorro Quinones trying to achieve success on his own terms is brought to vivid life with support by Fred Fab Five Freddie Brathwaite, Sandra Lady Pink Fabara, and Patty Astor, with historic music performances by such luminaries as Grandmaster Flash, Busy Bee, the Fantastic Five, the Cold Crush Brothers, and the Rocksteady crew. Okay. All right, now let's see. This is a 4K Ultra HD limited edition, perfect bound collector's book featuring new and archival essays and articles, alongside an extensive collection of stills and artwork from the film. Yeah, this is a chunky box set, folks. Almost for sure. Reversible sleeve, I believe, at least I believe it is. Reversible sleeve featuring two original artwork promos, double-sided poster, brand new 4K restoration of the original 16 millimeter negative. You're getting Dolby Vision on here, newly restored original lossless mono, brand new audio commentary, legacy commentary as well, brand new interviews with the director. So some archival interviews and archival features. And you've got 3 discs. So you have the uh, limited edition exclusive CD, exclusive new Wild Style Mega Mix, original radio spots by Fab Five Freddy and Queen Lisa Lee, rare alternate mixes of Subway Rap. Wow, this looks like a killer addition from Arrow Video. That again, see, this is one of those cases where my initial take of the titles as I saw them announced were like was like not really feeling it. But the more I learn about these titles, I'm definitely on board with City on Fire. I might be on board with the House of the Laughing Windows, maybe, but I'm definitely on board with Wild Style. So my two definites are City on Fire 4K, Wild Style 4K. I am definitely in. This is a very exciting looking title. So coming back out here, I want to hear what you all think. Um, let's see here. Uh, let's see here. What are y'all saying? Let's see. I'm going to see one battle after another, not after another tomorrow in this division next month. Only four theaters in the whole world have the original camera format. Okay, great, awesome. I had the three other volumes. If you love martial arts, it gets no better than Shaw Brothers as a collection. Mm, that's awesome, Archie. And Archie, I am so jealous that you got to see all those Kurosawa films in theaters on 4K. Man, that must have been a treat. Good for you. No borders. I'm going to see one battle after another in this division next month. Okay, yeah, I think I read that. I'm all in for Wild Style, says Nanga. Hopefully, Criterion will release Crush Groove one day. Hmm. Yeah, I'm for that as well. I'm in. I'm in. James, what's your favorite Dario Argento film? I haven't seen a lot of them so far, but I would say Tenebrae definitely is up there. Tenebrae is fantastic. My faves: Dark City, Dollars Trilogy, Silent Running, and Andromeda Strain. Cool, nice. I don't have Dark City, don't have that, but I've heard great things about it. I saw Wild Style on the Criterion Channel last year. Definitely a gritty film on hip hop history. All the five elements: MCs, DJs, graffiti, breakdancing, and knowledge. Yeah, I love that kind of history. Just given the timing of it, 1983, New York City, at the beginning of when these things like hip hop was about to come on the scene. So I'm definitely excited to check that out. Archie Cinema, love this collection. I also have the previous three box sets, and we'll pick up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 for the first one. Mostly, Steve Barron did a good job on the first movie. But yeah, so yeah, folks, I think there's definitely something to be excited about for for everyone here. I mean, whether it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles box set, the Shawscope set, you know, there's a lot of people excited for those. City on Fire with Chow Yun-Fat, definitely interested in that. The House with the Laughing Windows, you know, that definitely brings some Italian horror, like giallo style film in there. And then Wild Style, giving a little bit of, history into what will become hip hop. So a really interesting, eclectic mix of titles from Arrow Video coming out in the month of December. I personally am most interested in City on Fire on 4K, as well as Wild Style. I definitely will be planning to pick up those two releases. As far as the other releases, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, very unlikely that I will pick that up, though I acknowledge a lot of people are excited about that. And if you're a fan of those films, bravo, you're getting a great piece of content with that set, as well as the Shawscope set. So, very excited about that for y'all. And then the house with the laughing windows is one I'll just have to wait for. I may pick up on a sale. So yeah, I definitely want to hear in the comments section for those of you who are watching this on a replay, what are your favorite Arrow video releases of the year and what is your favorites of what has been announced for the month of December? I know for me personally, as far as this year is concerned, I think Arrow has put out some nice titles that I am just super excited about, having had the chance to watch, including the Dollars trilogy. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is one of the absolute gems of the year, not only from Arrow Video, but in all the physical media releases. I mean, the Dollars trilogy, Sergio Leone's films starring Clint Eastwood, are among the best physical media releases of the year so far. So love that film, love all those films and that trilogy. William Friedkin's Cruising, starring Al Pacino, fantastic addition from Arrow Video. Has this leather feeling uh, slip, but yeah, really good stuff. Great performance from Pacino, great story, gritty film in New York City in the 1980s. Just a fantastic, I think it's 1980 or 1970s. I forget what year this film came out. Yeah, 1980. Sorry about that. 1980. Just I love seeing films of New York City from that period, just seeing the grittiness of the city and seeing that beautiful restoration, bringing that city to life. So cruising is a great one, but let me see here. What all? Let's see. Definitely want Arrow City on Fire, holding out for all the Hong Kong Arrow releases versus Shout. Looking forward to future releases of A Better Tomorrow, The Killer, and Hard Boiled. Cool, cool. Let's see. The BFI Kurosawa's 4Ks are magnificent. Just got Hidden Fortress, almost as good as seeing the 35 millimeter prints. Was lucky to see a few in DC and New York. Yeah, I mean, with high and low on 4K from Criterion, which, by the way, folks, woo, high recommendation from me. That 4K, that's an example of, hey, is the 4K a big upgrade over the Blu-ray? Yes. Yeah, yes. In the case of high and low, well worth the upgrade. Even if you already have the Criterion Blu-ray, you definitely want to see that. If you love that film from Kurosawa, you definitely want to see it on 4K Ultra HD. Looks magnificent. And now that I have Seven Samurai on 4K from Kurosawa, I have Rashomon. I'm sorry. I have. I wish I have High and Low on 4K, Dreams on 4K from Kurosawa, Ran on 4K. The one film that I'm looking forward to getting 4K left is Rashomon on 4K, and then I will be good to go on that. Now Archie says, "I wish I didn't buy City on Fire shot already." James, check your local listings for the Kurosawa restorations if there's an art house theater in your area. Thank you, Archie. I do appreciate that. Love Hidden Fortress, says Pete. Awesome. Hidden Fortress is fantastic in 4K. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing it at some point. Speaking of high and low, have you or anyone else in chat seen Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest? I've heard it's a remake of High and Low. Uh, I have not seen it. I have heard about it, and I've heard the full spectrum of opinions on it, all the way from it is fantastic, it's terrific, to it's awful. So for whatever it's worth, is somewhere in between. But it's definitely a film that I guess you either love it or you hate it. But I think the general takeaway I get from what I'm hearing is based. It is based on the story that High and Low is based on, but High and Low Kurosawa's film is the one to go with. Let's see here. No Borders is saying, I saw Highest to Lowest. As disappointing as Mo Better Blues, Spike is really inconsistent. Yeah, yeah. Uh, that's the general take that I've heard from a number of people, and I've heard some people speak very highly of it. So who knows? But yeah, let me share with you what is coming up on the channel here this weekend. For me, I'm super excited about what I plan to watch this weekend, including tonight. I got a 7:30 showing of at my local AMC theater of One Battle After Another, the new Paul Thomas Anderson film. So I plan to watch that tonight, and I plan to get out a very late out of theater reaction, on that, just to share with you what I think of PTA's latest film starring Leonardo DiCaprio and this all-star cast. Um, so definitely looking forward to sharing thoughts on that. And then, of course, my eyes will be glued to the set tomorrow night as my Georgia Bulldogs take on the Alabama Crimson Tide, who roll into Athens in a college football clash of titans. So, very much looking forward to checking that out Saturday night. And then, of course, sometime over the weekend, definitely look out for a video from me talking about artificial intelligence and AI as it relates to the film industry. Of course, we're hearing so much about AI, these days, how it's impacting industries everywhere, how it's going to have impacts on jobs and impacts on the economy, and so many impacts known and unknown. And one of the areas that's been talked about is you may have seen a recent article in the news about an Amazon-backed company that is looking to restore the lost footage of this film right here from Orson Welles called The Magnificent Amberson. So this has a Criterion edition of Orson Welles, one of his masterpieces. This is the film that came out the year after Citizen Kane. There's a lot of very fascinating history around what RKO, the studio, did to this film. Basically, changed the ending, cut out a lot of footage that Orson Welles originally shot, and basically changed the ending and the arc of this story. And for all we know, the 43 minutes that were thrown away are lost forever. Perhaps we don't know for sure. There are people trying to find some of that lost material to see if it can be restored. But in any event, there is an AI company that has been employed or that Amazon owns that's trying to use artificial intelligence to restore those lost 43 minutes. So I'm going to talk about AI in the movie business and whether, how do you feel about that? I'll share how I feel about it, but just have a general discussion on AI. So definitely look out for that video on this channel over the weekend. But yeah, really interesting slate of titles from Arrow Video for December 2025. Let me know in the comments section below what your interest level is in these titles, and let us know what you plan to watch this weekend. And I hope that you stay safe and blessed wherever you are and have a fantastic one. Let us know what you're watching and what you're getting into this weekend. Have a great one. Go Dogs. And my fingers crossed that one battle after another will be good, but we shall see. Have a great weekend, everybody.